am the Chronicler. I am here to recount the tales of the greatest adventurers in the realm. Follow us on grand adventures through high magic and grand swordplay. In a world ravaged by monsters, ruled by tyrants, and fought over by villains, who would dare to stand up to them? Lend me your ear, and I shall tell you. Welcome, brave adventurers, to another tale of harrowing adventure. You're joining us again after a dizzying meeting with the wizard Lisban, and the addition of a new member to the party, Nua, the Dragonborn Ranger. Together with the party, they have set out aboard the wagon, heading to the lost city of Grass. Sit back and listen and laugh as our adventurers continue and further into the wild unknowns. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Chronicles of the Lost Realm. You are joining us for episode 6. The party is just getting ready. Today I am joined by the ever-adventurous group of Faerun, the Drow Ranger, who has apparently been drinking.
Classy.
Billy Knoll, our resident bard extraordinaire.
Hello, everybody.
And our slightly senile yet always fun wizard de Grand, Major General Hillman.
What do you mean? I've got the mind of a steel box.
Indeed, smarter like a fox.
With a rusted lock.
I'm gonna get into it someday.
All right, so without further ado, we will continue into our tale. As we had ascertained, you are just leaving the city of Varesh aboard your bought wagon, rented horses, heading out.
Let's face it, I gave him a bag of gold. We bought them horses. He ain't seen them again.
True. I mean, this is an unfortunate side effect.
We gave him insurance in case the horses never came back, and we get that back if we bring the horses back. But I wouldn't be too torn up if we never got that gold back.
Well, it was free gold anyway, so...
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to come upon more.
Right. So the wagon creaks lazily out of town. Your Dragonborn Ranger has passed out in the back. She's trying to sleep off that hangover while Hillman drools over her uncomfortably.
I don't ever want to hear that sound come out of you ever again, Hillman.
Why? Our children will look lovely.
Billy's playing.
He's up there, buddy.
Billy's playing a lovely rendition of the Blues Brothers on the hurdy-gurdy.
No. I played Eastbound and Down last episode, okay?
Yes, that was the last one. That was the last song. So y'all can just go ahead and imagine what that would sound like on a hurdy-gurdy. And Faerun is...
really miserable.
Oh, absolutely. Fighting off a terrible migraine.
Eastbound and down, loaded up and trucking.
Ferran loads.
They say can't be done.
Ferran loads a random dart out of the pouch and just aims at Billy.
It doesn't take you very long, creaking and bumping along down the road, before you come into the fields on this side of the city where the farmers are growing crops that. It's kind of like a farming co-op. They kind of help each other out, but they are taxed to provide food for the city. And as you're passing one of the farms, you can very audibly hear a farmer outside. He's kicking dirt and cursing, rack a frackin' dang old broke stupid varmints. And he's just very visibly angry. And you can see that there are a number of large holes that have been dug in his crops.
I'm not a doctor, but I don't think that's how farming works.
I pull
Why
on
would
the,
you need to be a doctor to understand that?
They know lots of things.
I pull on the reins, pull up to the farmer and be like, "What's up, Doc? Rascally Wabbits?"
Well, I don't know what it is. Something's been digging up all my crops.
Well, I'm one with nature a lot. I could maybe ascertain what's been messing with your crops.
Is that what we're calling it now?
Well, that explains all the nudity.
Nudity? Who's drooling over the dragon in the back?
I like to be free.
Yeah. I think
Well,
she'd
I
like a
certainly
barbecue.
wouldn't object if you wanted to look into it.
Certainly. I jump down and I start examining some of the damage.
Okay. You can either roll a perception or an investigation check.
Do I get advantage for nature?
Yes.
Yay! I guess I'll go with which one's got the better, perception or investigation? Perception is 3, investigation. I'm going to go investigation.
My investigation wasn't useful.
Wait for me. I want to take a look.
I love how I
I think
specifically...
I've seen it.
I love how I specifically put up to +5 in investigation when we leveled last, and I got a frickin' 1 on the first investigation after putting points into it. So dumb.
So, Billy's off tuning his hurdy-gurdy. Farron has, super acute spider-like senses, and Hillman is... He's on his toes. He's on his game. The two of you, with the roles that you have, the two of you notice that these are not just ordinary, animal holes. These have been dug by a intelligent creature. It knew specifically what it was doing.
So I could pretty much ascertain that this wasn't done by even by animal standards. It wasn't done with hands. It was done with tools.
Tools, yes. And with such a high roll, you, Farron, notice that these particular tools, you find a few chunks here and there, and these are something that you've seen many times before. These are of orc make.
Farron just ducks his head and breathes, very slowly exhaling. It had to be orcs.
Orcs? Where are orcs? What do you mean orcs?
Are there tracks or anything leading away that we could follow?
After a little bit more investigation, the two of you actually see that it's not just a hole that pops up. It's an actual tunnel that goes underground, and you can see feet prints shuffled around in the dirt below.
Well,
Sorry,
I bet I could fit down here. Hold on.
So I look at the bard and I say, orcs down there.
And you want to go in the hole?
Can't kill them out here.
Billy was more looking at Hillman, who's probably climbing into the hole right now.
His feet sticking out of
His feet are
it.
sticking up. Billy's just like, and you want to go into the hole? I'd just chuck a stick of dynamite down there. I don't know about you guys.
Do you have dynamite on you?
Yes, I carry dynamite around. No, you idiot. I'm a bard.
Then shut up.
I figured one of you
Hey,
wild
where's that
wilderness
dynamite?
types would be carrying that shit around.
Did somebody say they got dynamite?
Hillman, when you are down into the tunnel, it's wide enough that you would be able to do like an army crawl. But the first thing that you notice immediately is that it just reeks of orc and goblin smell. It smells terrible down here.
Oh, that's worse than the latrines during my third campaign.
What do you see?
Nothing, it's a tunnel!
Don't you?
But it sure does stink down here!
I seem to recall you do have like a light spell you could use.
Whatever you do, don't use fireball.
Totally
All I
use
heard is
fireball.
cast fireball!
Cast fireball. You got it.
Oh no, Hillman looks around and tries to find like a small rock but large enough to toss down the tunnel.
Okay.
And cast light on it and toss it down the tunnel.
Okay, it's relatively easy to find something, be it a pebble or a stone of some kind. You cast your light spell and throw it down the tunnel, and you see that the tunnel stretches for about 15 feet or so, and then branches off to the left and to the right. The tunnels do open up wider, though.
Well, I army crawl my way back out to reconnoiter with the group.
Okay.
Well, you see, boys, you're a little large to get down there.
Okay.
We'll have to dig bigger holes.
Has Hillman climbed back up to us again? Yet? Is that what just happened?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what.
Billy just kind of scrunches up his nose and goes, "Ugh, dude, you stink."
I bathed last month.
No, I think it was the hole.
Oh yeah, it reeks like orc down there.
You smell like a hurdy-gurdy performance.
Oh, that's a good one.
As I cast a smirk at the bard.
Uh-huh. Surely not one of my performances.
No, he doesn't smell that bad.
Yours are the only ones who heard, so.
All right, so if we got to dig, we got to dig. Anybody got a shovel? Farmer.
First off, as a cantrip, I cast prestidigitation on all three of us, and make it so that we cannot smell the orc scent.
I'd like to stop you from doing that because the way I'm going to track them is through scent.
Fine, everybody but Farun.
Thank you.
Okay. Sounds fair.
As I heave up last night's drinking because of the smell and the hangover.
I feel much better now.
Smell that, you plaque bastard.
So the farmer comes over. Well, I got this here one shovel.
It'll work. While I dig out the hole, somebody want to let our Dragonborn friend know what we're doing?
Ooh, me! I'll wake her up.
I'm going to enjoy watching this.
And Farhan gets to work on digging the holes bigger for us to be able to ascend down.
Okay. So if Hillman is going to be awakening Nua, go ahead and roll your animal handling again.
No.
Oh, I've got to see this.
And Farron.
Well,
Okay.
that could go either way.
Ooh.
I could be a complete and utter dick right now, Hillman, but I'm not going to. I could totally use cutting words on you and give you a bardic inspiration die that count against you.
Hillman, to the best of your ability, trying to gingerly wake her up, she springs to life, screams, "Rats!" and punches you in the face for 2 damage.
Oh, my nose! Oh!
Love hurts.
Oh, God, it hurts so good.
Hey, that's my job.
Farron, I need you to roll a strength check, please.
Me? Okay.
Yep, as you're digging out the hole here. And while you're doing that, Nua kind of gets her bearings a little bit. Why did you wake me?
Oh!
We got some orc problems down in these holes.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Oh, no, not like that.
Wait,
Hang on.
time out. What the hell do you mean by not like that?
Hang on.
You've never been in the army, have you?
Persuasion check. Billy rolled a persuasion check at Nua. We need a little hand digging. You Dragonborn are good at that stuff, right?
Alright.
Damn, that's racist.
Well, I was only here to be a guide, but if it'll get us on the road quicker, then fine. She climbs off the wagon and comes over, starts using her claws to help Farron dig the hole out.
Yeah, because I was sucking at it. I rolled a
Like-
7.
It's like every time you dig a shovel full and you go to throw it over your shoulder, it just kind of goes straight up and back down.
Nua just starts digging with her claws, and dirt's just fucking flying everywhere.
Yeah,
You know-
pretty
you know
much.
Terrifying headway.
It's not digging, but you know what's going through my head right now is, do you remember the old Three Stooges episode where Curly was a plumber and he was trying to stop the water by building pipes, and it just kept building more and more pipes till he caged himself in and the water was just traveling through it? That's Ferran digging a hole right now.
It only takes about 10 minutes or so. You manage to exhume more of the tunnel, and you are able to actually fit through it, crawling. Like, even Nua can crawl through it. So Hillman can pretty much walk through it.
Come along, boys, follow me. I shall lead the charge.
How do you maintain such a chipper attitude through everything?
What do you mean? If you'd have seen the things that I've seen in all
Never
of my
mind.
soldiering, why, I remember a time. No, I'll tell you later. We got orcs to fight.
You all proceed down the tunnel, the 15 feet or so, and you can go left or right. And the tunnel actually opens up to where Nua has to kind of duck her head a little bit. So it's probably about 6 feet from floor to ceiling.
So I can stand comfortably.
Yeah.
All right, well, that's why I didn't want the bard to dull my senses. I start sniffing around for the strongest scent of orc and goblin.
Okay, roll a perception check.
That one I do better with, usually. Perception. That's percussion. That's persuasion. There it is.
Percussion.
Percussion. That's
Roll
right.
a percussion check.
I love it.
I feel like that would be just a bard's character sheet.
Wow,
Okay.
all right. Yeah, okay.
Now roll wins.
Okay. The smell is just so pungent that it's kind of coming from every direction, so you can't really pinpoint it at this exact moment.
All right, well, I once heard somebody say great adventurers go left. So I vote left.
I'm good with left. Let's do it. Away.
And Hillman runs off into the darkness.
Or-
Did you
Are we
pick
gonna
up
go
your
after
rock?
him?
No.
You're
I
leaving
don't-
your light rock?
Yeah, no, don't bring the light. Most of us can see in the dark, just not me.
And he ran ahead.
Billy's just looking at him, going, looks at Furun briefly and back where Hellman ran off. Do you remember if he has dark vision or not?
I don't think he does.
We should probably go get him.
We should probably go get him.
It doesn't take you guys long. You travel about 20 feet or so, and with your passive perceptions, you all begin to hear voices talking in the darkness.
Guys, I hate to interrupt, but I got to hit pause on the recording real quick on this episode. Fortunately, I have to go upstairs real quick. I have something important going on.
Okay.
Be like 5 minutes.
That's okay.
All right.
Yes, bathroom.
So yeah, you guys are hearing voices from a little bit farther down the hallway in the darkness. The hallway that you are, or the tunnel that you're in, kind of arcs a little bit, so you can't get a clear view around the corner just yet.
All right. Well, I first off reach forward and grip Hillman.
Wait, what are you
I
doing?
cover his mouth.
Okay.
And I whisper to the group, "I'll go check it out. Stay here." And I sneak quietly.
Okay, go ahead and roll a stealth check.
Mm-hmm. Stealth check. Let's see here. That's 20 plus. What's my stealth? 6. Ooh. Good thing I decided to do that. Yeah, okay.
Whoa, weird. There's a glitch in the Matrix that you both rolled the exact same thing.
As I say, I just rolled stealth just in case. I'm staying back behind, but I'm rolling it just in case.
So yeah, you both are stealthing along, and as you reach the bend in the tunnel there, ahead, probably about 10 feet, you can see 3 goblins in the darkness, and they're all kind of talking to each other.
Oh, we're listening.
Okay, and
You're listening. I didn't actually go anywhere. I just rolled stealth just in case.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm listening to what they're saying.
Okay,
Billy melts
and-
into the wall.
right.
Eavesdropping.
I rolled stealth just in case Farun fucked up.
Look, I can sneak fine. It's just digging holes is too complicated. All right, I got this.
So you're giving it a good listen and whatnot, and you can hear them talking in Goblin, which I think back in like episode 1, we established that you guys can speak Goblinoid.
Yep.
And you hear them kind of not really talking loudly. They're kind of talking in a hushed tone. The stone him say, more hunger. We must sneak more into more fields.
Hmm.
Do you think they're trying to find another one of the stones? Maybe with a 4th one here. Oh,
Shut
sorry.
up. First off, you guys can't hear this. Second off, quiet.
Quiet, you.
My comment
Well,
was
I
out
assume
of
I
character.
mean, you still have me by the mouth, so...
No, I figured I'd let you...
Hillman with you.
That's good stealthing. I just picked him up and carried him.
Right, that's what I'm imagining. You're like carrying
Headcanon.
him with you.
Head canon
And that was-
accepted.
And that was me whispering in your ear.
Took Hillman with you.
Okay, fair enough. If that's the way the die rolls, that's the way the die rolls.
I've
And
always got a justification for something.
all right, so I still shush him and continue to listen because I want to see if they talk about where they think the stone is.
Stone give order to Bigum Boss. Bigum Boss very angry. He say not enough food. Need more food for Stone. Yes, more food for Stone. More food for Dungy. Me am hungry.
Dungay.
I say we follow them.
I think we do that.
You gonna let Billy know?
Yeah, I throw Hillman back towards him.
You might want to roll stealth for that.
I think you should roll acrobatics to catch me.
Well, that's DM's choice. Am I rolling stealth for tossing Hillman?
Well, if you're tossing the halfling, then that's a ranged attack.
That's a ranged attack. All right, so what's my roll here?
D20 plus your dexterity modifier.
Oh, okay, so it is still +6.
You go ahead and roll your dexterity modifier. I'll roll acrobatics.
I threw him. Oh, I threw him.
You rolled a nat 20.
Oh, shit. Hillman just comes rocketing toward Billy.
All I can think is it's just like a swift alley-oop, and I just land gently in his arms.
Oh, the acrobatics roll wasn't to catch you. The acrobatics roll was so Billy could step out of the way.
Oh, shit.
Well, with a nat 20, unfortunately, Faerun crits with the halfling. And he just kind of flops right into you.
Hi.
And now...
All of a sudden, Ferran's hangover goes away.
Hey, you guys hear that? Mir's hear a weird noise. What the hell? We go look. We check.
Hands on hilts. Still in the shadow.
You guys can... you have one round to prepare yourselves before the goblins come around the corner.
I suppose I have to not be prone, which I assume I am.
Right.
And you also got to relay the message to Billy of what's coming.
I think that's fair. I can stand up and give direction at the same time.
Yeah.
Billy, good news! Goblins!
You and I have very different definitions of good news.
They know where the stone is!
Wait, the what? The what?
Well, I think they do anyway. I don't know.
What stone? Wait, another one of the stones?
Another stone!
Talking these stones or just a stone? 'Cause This
Now
is
to
goblins.
battle!
This is goblins we're talking about. They clack rocks together and think it's the greatest thing ever.
Well, it's a lead.
While they're arguing, and how far away are they from me, actually?
They are about 25 feet.
Oh, we still have half a turn to chat.
And closing.
Okay, so they're 25 feet. How far away is the party from me? Like, how far ahead am I?
I'd say probably 10 feet at most.
So if I intercept the goblins, that would still leave them unnoticed.
Hey,
Yeah.
for run.
Yeah.
Sleep has a 90-foot range.
Yeah, but I'm trying to see if we could possibly get these guys to still work with us. I lower my hood, I stand up straight, and I stroll out like the drow I am.
All right.
I've got sleep procced in case this goes bad. As a second level, by the way.
So they come around the corner. They have their short bows in hand and drawn, ready to fire. And they see you in your drow glory. And the larger of the three kind of, oh, no, hold on. Who is you?
I am from the house of Drerman Naze Brannon.
Bless
You will address me in the proper tone, slave.
Roll a either intimidation or persuasion.
+3. No, they're both +3, so it doesn't matter.
Right. One just has a different effect.
Okay, well, we'll call it intimidation. And I got a 16.
Okay. All right. So, we don't know your fancy words, but They are super fancy. And they lower their bows. What you do in tunnels?
Searching for rocks.
Oh, there are many rocks. We find good rocks. Some very tasty.
Looking for rocks with fancy writing.
Oh, the scribble stone.
Yeah, the scribble stone. You know where I could find a scribble stone?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. You come with us. We know scribble stone.
All right, lead the way. No funny tricks, or I will send you to my queen.
Oh, no. Rest assured, all our tricks are not funny.
Somehow,
Billy,
somehow
I don't
believe
hear
that.
any fighting.
I don't hear death.
As we go to walk, very what's the term I'm looking for here?
Subtly?
Subtly. Thank you. Very subtly, I bang the hilt of my sword against the wall in 3 taps to kind of signal the group that I'm moving.
You think he's in danger?
The goblin says, "Oh, you am clumsy."
Small tunnel.
I will try to
All right, 19,
follow stealthily.
19 to stealth. Billy wraps his hand around Hillman's mouth, picks
Oh, wait,
him up,
hold on.
and starts walking.
Discount that.
Starts following.
Discount that last roll. I forgot to.
Add your stealth bonus.
Oof. But I'm lucky.
Indeed, you are. There we go. 16 is good enough. So you two are stealthing along behind them at about, let's say, 10 feet. You were just, 10 feet back. The goblins can't see you with their dark vision at that point. They're too far ahead. And they're wandering along. They come to another tunnel that is tall. It's 6 feet tall, but it is very narrow. To them, they have about a foot on either side. But to a medium creature, same for Hillman, but for the medium guys, you've only got about a half a foot on either side. It's kind of tight in here.
Basically, we'd have to even turn sideways to comfortably go through it.
Yeah, pretty close.
All right.
And this tunnel only stretches for probably 10 feet. And as you're halfway through, you can hear more voices. Lots more voices. I'll spare you the details, but you can hear a lot of different voices talking, and it's all in Goblinoid. And I don't know if anyone speaks Orcish, but that is also being spoken.
We still have never really set up languages.
That's true.
I have Common, Elven, Draconic, Underdark, and Abyssal.
I literally have nothing written down.
Neither do I.
Yeah, Hillman doesn't have anything. The character sheet that I have for Faerun says Common, Underdark, Elvish, Abyssal, and Umbral.
Where does that say that? Because I'm looking on my sheet, I don't see it at all.
It is down. So you go down all of your stats and then
Other
keep going.
proficiencies and languages.
Yep.
Yeah, there's nothing written in ours.
Click on it if you have a PDF.
I have paper and
No.
and a mechanical pencil.
No,
That's what I have.
the character sheet that I have for Hillman does not have any languages.
None. Hillman doesn't speak.
All right, well, trusting that you have it because I don't see it on my sheet. Trusting that you have it, obviously, I don't speak Orcish.
Right.
Okay, so I can't do anything about that.
Right, but you do know that it is the language of the orcs, as you've had dealings with them before.
Right.
Kind of a check would it be to try and translate?
They don't have a linguistic skill in 5e. So all of you can hear this talking, but You can't really make out what they're saying other than the goblins, who they're just kind of rambling on about the scribble stone and how great it is and how it makes their lives better, and it's hungry. It needs more to eat.
I say hold to the 3 before we get to those voices.
Why we hold?
Do you think me a fool? Trying to bring me to a trap with your friends? I said bring me to the stone, not
This
to...
is scribble stone.
Then send your friends away.
We can't. They too many. They worship Scribblestone. It our god.
Oh, really?
Ooh.
It control Big Boss.
I do know the player character knowledge. I do know the groups behind me, yes?
Yes.
All right, fine. Lead the way. And again, accidentally, clumsily tap twice of my sword hilt against the what small wall there is.
Billy kind of whispers to Hillman as they're following. You know, we probably really should have figured out a what the signs meant before we started this whole thing.
Well, I mean, it's too late now, and the Scribblestone's already here. I don't even know what it's really called. Now all I can think of is Scribblestone. Sorry, I got excited.
The 3 goblins continue on into a very large chamber. It's approximately 80 feet in diameter. It's a very rough circular shape. And immediately the first thing you see is the throng of green-skinned creatures. There's probably 12 goblins and 6 or 7 orcs. And the orcs, you notice right off the bat with your passive perception, their eyes are glowing a very faint green color. And now I would like for you to roll an actual perception check.
Okay, but before I do that, I have something in mind I kind of want to do.
Wait,
or
is
as
that
I'm
all
doing
of
this, plus 3.
As of right now, it's just Farron.
Okay, that's what I thought.
13.
Okay, with your passive perception, all the way across the room from you, on a pillar made of random rotten vegetables and farm equipment, some bones, like random dead livestock, it's basically this grisly altar. And sitting on top of it is a lava rock almost identical to the one that Billy is carrying around.
Okay.
Except that this one glows green.
We gave it to
Lisban. Yeah. This one glows green instead of blue.
All right. Now, before anything happens here, we're now in a large room, an 80-foot circular room, you said, correct?
Are we collecting the Infinity Stones?
And how many creatures in total are here?
There are... We'll go with nice round numbers. There's 12 goblins, and there are 8 orcs.
And from my
round numbers.
And from my memory, the bard said he's got a sleep spell that encompasses a 90 foot.
90 feet.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. As soon as I pop in, I very flamboyantly announced that I am from the house Dramanesa Brannon with the good news that I bring to you, the lonely slaves of the Underdark. And that simple word is, Bard, sleep!
31. Casting it as a 2nd level spell.
Let's see. So each goblin has... We're just gonna make this very simple. Oh my god. Each goblin has a whopping 3 hit points. So 3 times 12 is 36, right?
Yep.
So you can put almost all of the goblins to sleep. Or you can, because it goes lowest to highest, right?
Yes, lowest hit points to highest.
Okay, yeah, the orcs have higher hit points. So, 36. Alright, so you put 10 goblins instantly to sleep. They all just kind of flop over. And so, since all you did was announce yourself,
It's initiative.
It's
It is
initiative time!
I was using the element of surprise to try to take out as many of them as I could.
Sorry.
Oh! I rolled an 8.
looks like Hillman gets to go first.
Yeah, I only rolled low this time because I already went.
Alright. So, yes.
Admit it, you like that though, didn't you? Bard, sleep!
So, Hillman
I got the
is
message.
indeed first. What would you like to do, sir?
I would like to hold my turn.
Alright, you are holding your turn.
Are you dead serious?
Yes, I am absolutely serious.
Wow. Okay.
Okay, and what are you holding your turn to do?
I will take as many steps as I can into like the room behind. Well, I guess I'll just move to where I need to be. Behind Farhan.
Okay.
I don't like you behind me.
And
I'm not staying here, right?
So what is your goal here? Are you preparing a spell?
Oh yeah, sorry. That was my plan, was to prepare Tasha's hideous laughter.
Okay. And what is the trigger for your spell?
I didn't have this ready. I apologize.
Sorry.
The component for Tasha's hideous laughter is a feather.
Right, but in order to hold your action, you have to actually say what you're going to do in response to something. So I need to know what the trigger is that causes you to cast the spell. Like, what are you waiting for?
Oh, I'm waiting for the orcs to turn around and notice us.
Ah, fair enough. Okay.
Don't worry, I'm about to make him notice us.
Right. So,
Just the one closest. I
fair.
don't know if it's...
All right, I'm heading. Obviously, the goblins are not a threat, so swords drawn, going after the orcs.
alrighty.
Closest
You go-
to me.
I wouldn't say the goblins aren't a threat. If they run, I once had a Pathfinder campaign where the question of the game was how many kindergartners can you fight? Turns out the answer is 3, and not well.
All right. Well, either way, I'm heading towards the immediate threat, which would be the orcs.
Okay. So it's very easily you get up to the orc closest to you, and
Alright.
you can make your attacks.
All right, plus 7. That one missed.
Oh.
That one I don't know.
Okay, so your first attack, you
Whipped.
actually lose grip of your sword, and it goes about 10 feet away from you into the dirt, tip down.
I really didn't want to hear that.
The second one hits the orc's hide armor, but not hard enough to actually cut through.
Okay.
So moving on, it is the orc's turn, who now all turn around
And look at the dumbass drow.
and look at the drow that just engaged them. So at this current moment, Hillman, your trigger has activated. You can cast your spell.
They must roll a wisdom save with a DC of 16 as it's being cast with my gem rod, as always.
Okay, and how many does this affect? Is there an area or...
Just the one that notices me first. Because it doesn't really say. It just says a creature of your choice, so I assume one.
Okay, yeah, it'd just be one. All right, so that is a failure. The orc. You said the one that's closest to you.
The one that noticed me first, but yeah, that's probably the one.
Okay. So let me mark.
Well,
this down.
technicality, none of them noticed you. They noticed me.
Right, but all right. So he begins laughing uncontrollably. His friends around him all look at him like he's gone mad, like he's got the brain worms.
Not again.
There's 5 of them that are too far away to actually get to you, Farron, but they'd certainly try. They move forward. 2 of them, one standing directly in front of you, and his friend comes over, who is close enough. And your armor class is what, sir?
16.
Okay. So with their great axes flailing in the darkness of the tunnel, one completely misses you. The one that you're fighting, though, the one that you went after, hits you square for 15 points of damage.
Good God!
He rolled maximum damage with his.
Of course
axe.
he did. That's the second time I've lost half my hit points.
Oof. Oof.
Ow!
And then it is Billy's turn.
Alrighty. I am actually gonna. Let me look up and see if this is a touch spell or not. It is a touch spell. Of course, it's a touch spell. How many hit points did you lose, Farron?
15.
15? Alright. Oops.
Ow. That worked out so much better in my head.
Yeah, give me a second. I'm gonna... This is probably not well advised, but I'm gonna get close enough to touch Farron and hit him with Cure Wounds, casting it as a 2nd level spell. So I'm not gonna have any 2nd level spells, guys.
I don't know if you should waste it then.
The only things I have in 2nd level are Lesser Restoration and Suggestion. I can cast Cure Wounds and Sleep as 2nd levels spells.
Okay.
To make them a little more powerful. But that gives me 2d8 plus my... which modifier is it? Spellcasting Ability modifier. Which is
we are
Charisma.
There we go.
Charisma. So that would be a +4. So 2d8 plus 4.
Da da da.
Of course, that also means I'm right behind you right now. So
Welcome to the targeting.
Protect me, Squire!
He's gonna be mad my next turn.
exactly 15 points.
I am
nice.
healed. Thank you.
All right.
What else can I say except you're welcome?
Out comes the hurdy-gurdy.
Right.
I did good. What can I say?
All right. Well.
I don't know. Can I roll performance on that? Heal Farron and immediately break into a rendition of You're Welcome.
Well, you're a bard, so I think that just comes with the territory. Hillman, it is back to your turn.
How far away from the pedestal am I?
I would say you are about 60 feet.
That poses a problem.
Or does it?
I'm going to dash towards the pedestal for my full 25 speed.
Okay, so you are using your
My
turn to dash.
Yes.
Okay. If I am not mistaken, which I very well could be, I believe that is.
Would that be a double move?
I think it's quadruple your speed, but I don't think you can do anything else.
I'm just trying to dash to the pedestal.
He's trying to get to the stone while we're distracting the creatures.
Correct.
As I say, for
It's a
fifth
well-made
edition,
plan.
for 5th edition D&D, you have a standard action and a move action, yeah, for each turn?
Yeah.
No.
No?
Move is not an action. Move is its own separate thing. Unless you do something like run. But it says when you take the dash action, you gain extra movement for the current turn. The increase equals your speed after applying any modifiers. With a speed of 30 feet, for example, you can move up to 60 feet if you dash.
Okay, so it's basically a double move from Pathfinder.
Yeah, kind of, sort of, yep.
So if somebody with a speed of 30 dash to get something and get back into the fray, he doesn't have an action.
Right.
Okay.
Correct.
You're using up your entire turn to move.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
But
so
if
he'll-
you don't use dash and you move and then move back, and you're still within your speed or whatever, you still have an action.
Yep.
Okay. That's what
Yep.
I wanted to clarify. Okay.
You're welcome, audience, for that little tutorial.
We're learning.
We're all
too.
learning. Yeah, we're all learning here, folks. All right, so are you dashing then?
Yes, that's my action. I'm dashing to the pedestal. I can't quite make it because you said 60-ish, 65-ish.
60, yeah.
And my speed is 25.
Yeah, if only you were just a little bit taller, a baller, a shot caller.
Yeah.
And if only I could have given him a bardic inspiration die for that.
All right, moving on. We are back to Faerun.
I move 10 feet to grab my sword and then 10 feet back to beat the shit out of this guy. And I got a speed of 30, so I could do it.
I'm just imagining you walking over all just completely irritated. Son of a, just stupid. Ching! Come on, get me back here.
Get over here!
But what's even funnier is while I'm walking and muttering to myself to grab my sword, the orc is just standing there confused, like, did he just walk away from me?
Well, the fortunate thing is you didn't walk far enough that he got an opportunity attack, so that's a bonus. But you get back to him, and you can make your two short sword attacks.
Actually, I get 3 because there's 2 of them there.
Ah, indeed.
Well,
So-
he's going all One Piece on us.
So with my good sword, hopefully this time no fuck up. You can roll, thank you.
Ooh,
That'll
beauty.
hit. And then again, I'll roll it again with the good sword because that'll be the second attack or special attack. That one hit. And then with my normal sword, all 3 hit.
Oh my god!
okay. then.
I was not happy with this.
Terminating that orc with extreme prejudice.
Okay, roll up your damage.
All right, I'm gonna roll the 2 damage for the 1 orc, and then separately the 1 damage for the second orc, which is the reason why I had 3 attacks.
Yep, no problem.
All right, so 1d6. Oops, wait. 1d6 plus 5. That's 10. 1d6 plus 4. All right, so the first guy took 20 damage,
Okay.
and then d6 plus 5 again for the second guy who took a whopping 9.
Okay, so the first guy, you just completely gut him. entrails fly out everywhere, and the other guy just gets shanked, and kind of blood pours out of his mouth, but he's still standing.
Make me lose my sword again, bitch.
Holy shit.
Meanwhile, the one orc that had Tasha's hideous laughter cast on him is pointing at his dying friends, laughing his ass off.
That's fucked up.
So this guy's dead. All right. So now it is their turn. The two goblins rush over to try and stop Hillman from touching Scribble Stone. And they both completely miss. And one of them actually falls on the ground face down.
That was a natural one, wasn't it?
Yes, sir, it was indeed. Let's see. So since you are going after Scribblestone and Billy is now up, so everybody is within the ability of these orcs to get to. So I actually have to figure out who they're going after.
Is that my turn or?
Oh no, it's still the orc's turn.
Okay.
Yeah, it's all the stupid orcs. So,
How many orcs were there? 3?
Like 8?
8?
Yeah, there was 8.
Oh shit.
Yeah, see why I said the goblins weren't an issue?
Okay, so 2 of them have turned their attention to Billy. 3 of them are going after Hillman, and one of them, which is the other one that got stabbed, is going after Farron.
Well,
So
gentlemen, it was nice knowing you.
Hey boys, how's your health plan?
Okay, so the one going after Farron missed. Oh, that one was a crit. That was that one. Hillman, what's your armor class, sir?
14.
Okay. Miss. Oh, crit. And last one going after Billy. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay, so the ones going after Billy are throwing their javelins. You get hit with 2 javelins, which were both crits, and you take 12 points of damage as one sticks out of each leg.
Bumblebee tuna!
I literally do the Ace Ventura.
The one going after Hillman, he hits you in the back with his great axe for 12 points of damage.
Please tell me he upswung like a golf swing and knocked Hillman closer to the...
I'd like the record to show that I'm still upright and living.
Yes, he actually did. He gave you a little 5-foot boost.
I'm hurting a little.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't the most pleasant feeling in the world, but you're definitely now at the altar.
He knocked you to the stone.
Oh god.
Orcs are not smart. And that puts us at Billy's turn.
Okay. I highly doubt that I'm going to put very many of these guys down with sleep. Especially since I have to can only cast it as a first level spell.
Better than nothing.
Yeah, it's 1d8 plus 4.
Oof.
This-
Yeah,
That's definitely not as good as the last one.
Okay, I'm gonna hit one of the orcs that just threw a javelin at me with Dissonant Whispers. Target must make a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, takes 3d6 psychic damage, must immediately use its reaction. If available, to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
Okay. So, like, the one of the ones that threw the javelin at you, suddenly gets very wide-eyed as you're whispering at it and begins screaming bloody murder. Hillman, as you're standing there face-to-face with the scribble stone, an orc dives over your head.
10 damage for the psychic damage, by the way.
Nice. Yeah, he dives over your head, over the altar, and is hiding on the other side of Scribblestone. And before we return back to the top of the round, you all suddenly see that the orcs kind of stop, and they start looking around. And the goblins are kind of sniffing the air, and they go, "It coming. It coming." And they all kind of start to scatter. And that's when you all feel the ground beginning to tremble beneath your feet.
Oh, shit.
In a moment's notice, you see one of the orcs that threw a spear or a javelin at Billy get completely sucked down into the ground. Whew! And a geyser of blood shoots up out of the earth. And from that geyser bursts a creature. It looks like it's completely made of stone with a gigantic maw and a shark's fin on its back. It has 4 huge, thick, stump-like legs with razor-sharp claws that it uses to burrow. And you all identify it as a boule. And with that, we will end this episode.
Oh!
It's the fucking land sharks.
Land shark.
All right.
Ah!
So we'll go around here real quick, and we'll start with Chris. Where can they find you at, buddy?
Oh, you can find me anywhere there's Realm of the Mist Entertainment, either right here on YouTube or wherever quality podcasts can be heard.
Fantastic. And Billy, where can we find you at?
You guys can find me right here on Chronicles of the Lost Realm playing Billy Knoll, and you can also find me as the host of Press A Gaming Podcast every other Friday on Realm of the Mist.
Awesome. And last but not least, AJ, where can we find you at, buddy?
You can find me here playing Major General Hillman, Chronicles of the Lost Realm, and dare I say, there may be some upcoming adventures.
Ooh, spoilers.
Ooh, I'm still working on it. No announcement yet.
There is a lot we're still working on for Realm of the Mist, but we're getting there.
No, he's talking about a particular game that I'm going to be hosting very soon, but I'm still working out the details.
I mean,
All right.
plus,
And ladies,
I kind of have an idea for an upcoming podcast, so be on the lookout for that.
Yep. And ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you as the chronicler and DM that I always enjoy your listening company on our crazy adventures here at Chronicles of the Lost Realm. Don't forget to look us up on Facebook and Instagram. And on YouTube, go ahead and give us a like, some comments, and subscribes. Let us know how we're doing. Thank you, and we'll see you later.